was pissed at Cuddy for a good while after the prison debacle. But hey, you can't blame him for what the Hammers did to him. So I decided to go after that horn Felix talked about. Not like I had a whole lot of choice, really. The rent is due. My landlord's even tougher than the Hammers. The map's pretty specific about where the entrance is. Too bad it's not as clear about where the horn is. Felix did some scrounging before he left, and his notes say the horn is in the tomb of some nobles. The Quintus family. Guess I'll just have to explore. Felix, always helpful, also said that the catacombs are supposed to be haunted. I think I'll go make some inquiries about where a heretic like me can get some holy water. Always go prepared.
Down in the Bone Hoard. Search through the ancient Bone Hoard and procure the legendary Horn of Quintus. What use do the dead have for their treasures anyhow? We leave them of at least 1,000 worth of valuables. In addition to garnering the Horn of Quintus, find and steal the fabled gemstone, the Mystic's Soul. Once you have what you came for, get back to the surface. Hello everyone, welcome back to some more Thief. Really quick, I want to drive home again that the difficulty settings for this really change. On Expert here, you'll note that you've got to get 2,000 instead of 1,000 loot. And we also would have needed to acquire the Mystic's Heart down here as well. There's a ton of other differences between the difficulty levels, and it really adds to how much of a challenge you really want. Just want to drive that home again. Alright, so let's go ahead and start this up and see what we're buying this time. Hello. Hello again, everyone. So a heads up that, as you know, I am redoing these missions. Chrysandra gave me some feedback on the last video and let me know that she preferred the original darkness settings. Now, I think it's actually system dependent now because I still don't have any problem. I had no problem viewing those videos on this system. So with that in mind, I've lowered the darkness setting a little, basically halfway between the redo that I'm doing now and the original setting, which no one has seen again because I'm uploading it in that setting. If you guys feel this is too dark, let me know and I'll re-up it. But if I don't get any feedback, I'll assume this one's good. And if it's still too bright, Cassandra, let me know and I'll lower it even back to the original and I'll just have fun redoing all these missions. Alright, so we are purchasing stuff. So we have a new type of arrow here and we are starting out with 8 of them. We have the rope arrow. The rope arrow, when used, will lodge itself into, well, something that an arrow could lodge itself into. An example would be a wooden plank or maybe a mossy ceiling. It will then eject a rope from its center, which you can use to climb up and down from where the arrow was stuck. You'll see us using it almost right away in this mission in order to circumvent some zombies, as it were. Normally, I will always purchase an extra rope arrow, but we're starting with 8 of them, and I think that's plenty for this mission. Now, we will be fighting lots of undead. Because of that, we're going to go ahead and purchase all the water arrows we can. I have 3 healing potions, so I don't really feel like we need more of them. We have no noisemakers, though, so you know what? Why don't we purchase... I can't believe I'm doing this. 2 noisemaker arrows, make it a little easier. We'll purchase 2 more holy waters. Do I want 2 holy waters? Let's purchase 1 more holy water. And a healing potion. That will have to be good. We've got 24 arrows and technically 2 minutes to launch them all with this much holy water. Oh yeah, I don't know if I mentioned in the last video, holy water enchants your water arrows, not your broadhead arrows. So that's why I'm purchasing so many water arrows. Broadheads are also useless at keeping down the undead. They will get back up again if they're zombies after you use them. Other types of undead can be destroyed with normal arrows, but it usually takes a lot more effort to do so. In any case, this is what I'm going with. Let's go with... well, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. should do at the beginning of each mission is also look at the map. And I want to really point out how much I enjoy these maps in this game. They really add to the sense of how prepared you are for this dungeon. But it is a dungeon in this case, basically. For the mission, in this case, we've pieced this together from what we heard. We're starting at the entrance. There's noble houses and merchants in the upper vaults here. Then we have to go through the north upper vaults until we reach the halls of echoing repose. The Quintus family is somewhere around where the Hammerite crypts are. We don't have an actual layout, we've only got areas this time around. Quite a different feeling for this map. In other words, we don't really know where we're going, other than if we find the Hammerite crypts, we'll probably find the Horn of Quintus nearby. Alright, let's go.
Long way down.
I've had enough. If Felix wants to stay and be killed, that's his business, but the pay's not good enough to keep me down here a minute more. We already lost Dranko to those damn belching burricks, and Marcus didn't make the jump across that huge chasm. He'd probably drowned if he wasn't dashed to bits. Thought about looking for his body. He was carrying some loot from a poorly guarded tomb. It wasn't worth the risk. Then we watched Cather get filled with arrows and a clever trap in one of those great octagonal vaults. Not that I cared one whit for Cather, bastard, but I have no intention of ending up the same way. I don't expect I'll see Felix again. He seems sure that the Horn of Quintus was somewhere north of the vaults. I think that was just a guess. If the traps and zombies don't get him, the Burricks will. Those tunnels are a nightmare. At least our marks are mostly still intact. I'm almost out, but I need to sleep. I think the place I found is out of the way enough that the zombies won't find me. Alaris. Traps in this game are usually visible in some fashion or hint to their existence. In this case, we can see the arrow slits in the wall, and notice how these floor panels are different than the surrounding ones. Not all bodies that look like they're zombies are zombies. Most are. And not all bodies that don't look like zombies are not zombies. That is a zombie. I don't see any treasure up ahead though, so I don't think I need to go that way. Fire arrows. 6 of them. Fire arrows can relight torches that are out. They fire straight as opposed to arcing in flight, and only when they strike a surface do they go out. They also do incredible amounts of damage and can blow up zombies if they strike them. What you hear is the sound of a burrick. Burricks are bipedal lizards. I consider them to be fat velociraptors that don't have talons. They mine out tunnels and live underground. They're territorial, and although they won't attack you with bite or claw, they can spit at you with their corrosive, spit. It's a gas form, and what they use to mine out their tunnels. It leaves them like a wave or a cone, so you actually have a harder time dodging it the further away from them that you are. They will also signal your presence with very loud, a very loud sound. I'd prefer not killing them, because I feel guilty killing them, but I will kill them if they're in the way, and it would take me a significant amount of time to dodge them. They tend to travel in, I guess, pods, packs, herds. Where there's one, you can almost be guaranteed to find at least 1 to 2 others. I decided to take the plunge. If my records are correct, there should be a stash of fire crystals in the lowest obulette, which was sealed for centuries but has since opened up by the Burricks. I'll need the crystals for the torches, if I'm going to get the mystic's soul. A hint that we probably want at least 6 fire crystals, or that we will probably need 6 fire crystals. We'll want to make sure we hold on to that many. Probably can't see it from here, but I can see a rope coming from where that tunnel opens up. I want to reach that rope. Felix doesn't care, but we've definitely found signs that Adolfo has been here before us. I don't know if he found that fabulous gemstone he always said was here, but if it's still here, it's worth more than the lousy horn of quintuplets, or whatever the thing is called. If I'm reading the signs right, Adolfo was convinced something useful was deep down below the Burrick tunnels. We got it already. The fire arrows that we needed. Though you might not be able to tell, this is a golden bone. It's not worth any money, but this will give us a small, not really a side quest, but it kinda is in a way. If we can find all the golden bones that are scattered about this tomb, we will be rewarded with some extra equipment to help us in this tomb, or the crypts, or what have you. Only 3 are scattered outside of where the other remaining 2, 5 total, are located. It'll make sense when we find the last 2 of them. And everyone, I'm going to actually stop here. I've been playing for almost 45 minutes. That's long enough for me to cut it. Thank you guys for watching. When we come back, we will explore the tomb proper. I'll see you guys then. Take care, and thanks again for watching.